Hello students, I hope you all are doing well. In my last class, I have given you the format of preparation of statement of profit and loss. I have given you the format prescribed by the Companies Act 2013, part 2 of schedule 3. Today, on the basis of that format, we are going to solve a practical question. Okay, so let me share it with you on the screen. This is the question. From the following particulars of ABC Limited, prepare a statement of profit and loss for the year ended 31st March 2021. Then, within a pair of brackets, I have given notes not required. Now, what is notes not required? If you remember the format of profit and loss statement, we have particulars, then we have note number. Okay, and in the notes we show all the working notes or the calculations like revenue from operation, whatever will come under this. Actually, we do not show it here, we show it in the notes to accounts, and notes to accounts are prepared after profit and loss statement. This being the first question, I felt that if I show the things here, it will be easier for you. In next questions, we may prepare the notes also. So in this question, since I have intentionally I have avoided preparing the notes to accounts, so I have given it in the question so that you don't feel uncomfortable for that. Notes not required. This is the instruction given in the question. If this would not be given, we would prepare separate notes to accounts and mention the note number in statement of profit and loss. Now see, the items are given here: sales, sales return, and so on. So many items are there. And these items, we are going to put it in the statement of profit and loss of ABC Limited for the year ended 31st March 2021. So if you remember this format, we had the particulars, note number, then figures for the current year and figures for the previous year. So for the year ending 31st March 2021, that means figures for 2021. Now, if you remember the format again, we had first two items of income, major heads of income, that is revenue from operations and other incomes. That were the total of these two was total revenue. Then we had expenses. Under expenses, we have CPC, EFDO, cost of material. You remember the headings: cost of material consumed, then cost of materials purchased, then employee benefit expense, finance cost, depreciation. Those headings you have to remember, because we cannot prepare on our own wish. We have to put whatever items belong to whichever heading. Accordingly, we are going to place the items and write the amount in the outer columns. So let us proceed with the question. The first item is sales. So sales, and there's one more item, sales return. So sales less sales return is the revenue from operation for a business. Sales less sales return is the revenue from operation. So from sales, we will deduct sales returns, and the difference we are going to show here in the outer column. Then let us proceed to the next part of the question. Inventory of material on 1st April 2020. This means the opening stock of material. And then there is purchase of material. That means more material was purchased. Then return of material purchased. That means purchase returns. And then the closing inventory of material is given. So actually these four materials, these four items, they will be used to calculate the cost of materials consumed. That means, try to understand, dear students, this is a question of a manufacturing business. So how much they have consumed in the year, we can find it out by adding the materials purchased, the net material purchased to the opening inventory, and deducting the closing inventory. That means very simple thing. For cost of material consumed in the expenses, cost of material consumed is equal to, let me show it to you, it is equal to opening stock plus purchases. That purchases will be net. Okay, net purchases. That means if there is any purchase return, we will add it back. So opening stock plus purchases and minus closing stock. Okay, simple. Try to understand. I had 6 chocolates. Okay, my opening stock was 6 chocolates. I purchased 4 more chocolates. So I have 10 chocolates, and then I'm remaining at present. I have 2 chocolates with me. That means how many chocolates I have eaten? 8 chocolates. That means how much consumed? 8 chocolates. So that thing you have to remember. Cost of material consumed is opening stock, add purchases of material. If there is any purchase returned, that should be deducted to find out the gross purchase, net purchase, and then closing stock of material. And this is the balancing figure on the, this is the figure we get for cost of materials consumed, which we write in the amount column. Then you see in the question, interest received. This is not a revenue from operation. This is because we have invested, we have purchased some debentures, or we have invested money in some fixed deposits or any other kind of securities. So we have got interest, we have got dividend, and also we have a profit on sale of investments. So these 3 are incomes, but they are not revenue incomes. They will be coming under the heading other incomes. So you see these 3 amount columns, they will be placed in other income. After revenue from operation, they will be placed in other income, interest received, dividend received, and profit on sale of investment, and the total we have shown in the outer column. After that, we have wages and salaries. Wages and salaries are given to employees. These are the part of employee benefit expenses. And so in the expenses where we will write employee benefits expenses, we will write wages and salaries. And in the question, after wages and salaries, there is an item bonus paid to staff. So this bonus paid to staff is also employee benefit expense. We will show these both items, and the total will be written in the outer column, amount column. Then we have interest on debentures and dividend on shares. That means this company, ABC Limited, it has issued its own debentures and shares, and on that it has some financial costs. It has to pay the interest on the debentures, and it has to pay dividend on the shares. So this is a financial cost for the business, and so these 2 items will come in the under the heading finance cost, interest on debenture and dividend on shares. Try to understand what the company has got from its investments is a part of other income, but finance costs are those costs which the company is buying on its, which the company is paying to its stakeholders and creditors or debenture holders. Then after these 2 items, we are left with depreciation of building. Depreciation, there is a special heading, depreciation and amortization expense. Under this heading, we show depreciation on any asset and depreciation of any tangible asset, and also amortization of any intangible asset. So in this question, there is only one item, depreciation of building. We will place this item here. And now let us proceed to the next part of question. There are 2 expenses, bank charges and selling expenses. This will come under the head other expenses. This one, other expenses. So in this question, there are some items are not there. You see there are headings, na? C, P is not there. Then C is not there. Then E is there, F is there, D is there, O is there. So whatever is not there, for that you may write the heading and keep the amount column blank, or you may write nil or dash, and you may also avoid writing the headings. So the last item of the question is provision for tax. That means in the current year, how much are we going to keep as tax? How much are we going to provide for tax? Here, students, you should understand one thing, that what we earn in this year, we pay tax for it in the, it is assessed for tax in the next current year. So in the current year, we make provision for the tax to be paid. There are also provisions for advance payment of tax. All those things you need not know now, but try to understand for current year, we make a provision for tax, and it will be shown in the later part. You see this part. Total expenses we had found out. Then you see revenue from operation and other income. These 2 totals become total revenue. These 2 become total revenue. And then expenses, we wrote all the items, and then we found out the total expenses. Okay. Then the difference of these 2 will be profit or loss, since the revenues is more than the expenses. So the difference is profit before tax. So profit before tax is 3,38,000. And then we write the tax expense. I have not written the exceptional and extraordinary items. That part we may avoid, because in this question there are no exceptional or extraordinary items. I have directly, and discontinuing operations and all, nothing is there. So we can directly sum up with this figure, tax expense. Under this we write, for current tax we will write the provision for tax 15,000, and then from profit before tax, if we deduct the tax, we will get profit after tax. That's all, students. That much if you do, it is enough. So in this way we are going to solve this question. So I will be sharing the PDF file of this question, and please practice similar sums. In my next class, I will also teach you some more sums of statement of profit and loss. Okay. So I stop here. Thank you.